So you're building a solar system. Awesome. One of the very first decisions you got to make is the voltage. Are you going to go with a 12-volt system or a 24-volt system? Now, you've probably heard the old rule of thumb about this, but today we're going to dig way deeper and talk about what's really going on.
Right, so this is the idea that's out there, isn't it? That 12 volt is kind of like the starter kit for small projects, and 24 volt is for the serious folks with massive solar arrays. But is it really that simple? Honestly, that's just scratching the surface, and it misses the most important part of the story. The truth is, this choice fundamentally changes the physics of your entire setup. This isn't just about big versus small, it's about the core electrical behavior. It's about how much energy you're wasting, how hot your wires get, and, the all-important question of how safe and reliable the whole thing is going to be. Okay, to really get this, we need to zero in on one single concept: current. You'll also hear it called amperage or amps. It is, without a doubt, the biggest factor that separates a 12-volt system from a 24-volt one. It really all boils down to this fundamental formula. Power, which we measure in watts, equals voltage times current. So what does that mean for us? Well, it means for the exact same amount of power, if you double the voltage, you get to cut the current in half. That right there is the secret sauce. Let's make this tangible. Imagine you're running a pretty standard 1,000-watt load through your inverter. Maybe you're firing up a microwave in your van or running some power tools in the shed. This is a super common scenario for any off-grid setup. And wow, just look at that difference. To get those 1,000 watts of power, a 12-volt system has to pull a massive 83 amps from your batteries. But switch over to a 24-volt system, that number gets slashed down to just 42 amps. It's practically half. And this right here is the big aha moment. We have literally cut the amount of current flowing through the wires in half. That one single change creates this amazing domino effect that improves your system's performance, its safety, and even its cost. So why is high current such a villain in this story? Well, because current is what fights against the resistance in your wires, and that fight creates two things you don't want: heat and wasted energy. Think of it like a hidden tax on every bit of power you generate. One of the biggest ways high current robs you is through something called voltage drop. You know how water pressure gets weaker at the end of a really long hose? It's the same idea. This formula shows that the more current you push through a wire, the more voltage you lose along the way. That's precious power that never even makes it to your devices. Now, that lost voltage doesn't just vanish into thin air. It gets converted directly into waste heat. This means a 12-volt system's wires are going to run hotter, forcing you to buy thicker, more expensive cables. You're literally throwing away the solar energy you worked so hard to collect just to warm up some copper. And here's where it gets really, really serious. Check out this formula. The power you lose as heat isn't just proportional to the current. It's proportional to the current squared. That tiny little 2 up there, it's an absolute game changer. Just let that sink in for a second. When you double the current, which is roughly what happens when you go from a 24-volt to a 12-volt system, you don't just get double the heat loss. No, you get 4 times the heat loss. 4 times the wasted energy, 4 times the heat building up in your wires, and 4 times the risk if anything isn't perfectly installed. Okay, now I know it might sound like 24-volt is the obvious winner here, but it's not quite that simple. Both systems have their own unique quirks and risks, their own ways things can go wrong if you're not careful. So for 12-volt systems, the danger is pretty clear. It's all about managing that extreme current to avoid overheating and potential fire hazards. On the 24-volt side, the risks are more about the initial setup. You've got to be careful wiring batteries in series so they stay balanced, and you have to double-check that your solar panel voltage doesn't accidentally fry your charge controller. All right, we've gone through the theory and the risks, so let's get down to brass tacks. How do you actually choose? Let's build a really simple framework to help you decide what's right for your specific project. Look, a 12-volt system is still a fantastic choice if you're keeping things small and simple. For a weekend camping setup or some basic lights in a shed where all your wires are super short and you're not running big power-hungry appliances, 12-volt is often just easier. Plus, tons of small DC gear is already made for it. But the moment you start thinking about running a serious inverter, say 1,000 watts or more, or if your batteries are a long way from your solar panels, 24-volt just becomes the smarter, safer, and way more efficient choice. It also gives you a ton more flexibility to expand your system down the road. And this might be the most important takeaway of all. no matter which voltage you pick. Please, please remember this. Your wires and your fuses, they do not care one bit about voltage. They care about current. They care about amps. You must size them for the amps, always. And that's really the final thought I want to leave you with. It's so easy to look at 12 volts on a label and think, that's low, it's safe. But in the world of DC solar, it's the hidden current that packs the real punch and the real danger. Understanding that is the key to building a system that's not just powerful, but safe.